Hi Internet, Mia here, just going on to episode 5 I think? Damn, I'm doing these pretty regularly. But anyway, episode 5 of my vlog today, and today's vlog is gonna be a little short update, let you know what's going on. I'm gonna call this one Throwback Sunday. First off though, a couple things I want to get out of the way. First, I'd like to say thank you to one Marz Solo. You know who you are. He is a really awesome dude. He went to the Noir release party at GameStop, I think, and he ended up winning a prize package because he solved the mystery. And he sent me some of the stuff for it because I'm such a huge Halo nerd. Unfortunately, I don't have one of the things to show you because it's in my car because I love it to death. The first thing is a Halo Reach, just a Halo, not a Halo Reach. I always try to put Reach on it now because I'm playing that. But anyway, it's a Halo hat, military hat. Stand, you put it on, has the Jam 117 emblem on the back and all the military information, the UNSC symbol on the front. No, I'm just kidding. The UNSC symbol on the front, and then Halo written on this, inscribed on the side. The second thing is really cool. It's actually my sleep shirt now. So he sent me this big, awesome, legendary T-shirt, and it's really comfortable to sleep in, and it's really awesome because I am playing through Halo. I always play through Halo on legendary mode. It's a bad habit to play through my games on legendary or the hardest mode available, but I'm doing that. So thanks Mario for those items. I'm really excited to wear the hat all the time. I love it to death. The other thing that I wanted to talk about today is one of the games I'm playing that you probably might not have heard of. It got a little overlooked. Final Fantasy Echoes of Time. I'm currently playing this on my Nintendo DS. I started up last year, December-ish, and it's a bitchin' game. It's awesome. So basically in it you play as you can choose your class mode. It's kind of like the old school fantasy, how the new Final Fantasies have the different races that you can choose, where you can choose between a Selkie, the human-like race, the little itty-bitty onion knight guy type things. I cannot remember the names of any of them right now. Sorry, guys. But so you choose your class, and then it turns out that you live in a forest that has been protected for ages, and nobody ever really leaves this forest. But one of the young girls in this forest grows sick, and you have to exit the forest to go and find medicine for her from the outside world, because otherwise she's going to die. So you help this older gentleman. He helps you, you help him, he gives you the medicine, and you go back to your hometown. And it turns out that it was just a horrendous trap, and that he is an evil, evil, evil dude. And I think that's very interesting, the fact that an old man in this game is a bad guy. It's a dungeon hack and slash type crawler because it is one of the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles series. It does some pretty interesting things. I really like the terms of gameplay. You use the DS screen on the bottom. You can type it, hit your spells, and then you also use a combination of the buttons. So it's one of the DS games that I've seen out there that has actually incorporated the buttons alongside the touchscreen, kind of like the Legend of Zelda series does, and I really like that. So if you haven't played this game, I'd recommend checking it out and trying it out. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. I'm still playing it. It's a very good game. Me, I look kind of dirty right there. It's my broken nail. I broke my finger when I was a kid, so it's not dirty. Anyway, random side quest. So try out this game. Let me know what you think if you do try it out. The other thing, referring to Throwback Sunday, is that I have been on like a huge old school PlayStation kick, and I realized tons of my games were by Squaresoft. You guys all remember Squaresoft before they merged with Enix and became Square Enix? So I found a bunch of my old school Squaresoft games that I really liked, and I wanted to tell you guys about some of my favorite games for my PlayStation 1, and I'm going to be turning this into a series, so let me know what you think about it. But the first thing in the series is my PlayStation 1, and I wanted to let you know some of my favorite games from them involving Squaresoft. The first one was Legend of Mana. This game is really cool. Basically, you play in the land of Fadiel, and it's already been destroyed. So you start off the game and the land has already been gone, burnt, and the only thing that's left is the tree of mana, from which all life stems. And this game is cool because you get to create the world as you play in it, and you use these series of maps and token pieces, and you place the maps and token pieces on the ground, and then you get to actually go in there and play inside that map and token piece and do all the little side quests and everything. So I'd recommend really trying this game. It's available as a PS1 classic on the PlayStation Network. Don't even get me started on that right now. My PlayStation still isn't working, so it really sucks. So I definitely would recommend this over any of the other PlayStation classics, unless you haven't tried the Final Fantasy games. There's a couple other ones in there that are good, Dino Crisis, etc., etc., but we're just talking about my Square Enix fetish right now. So if you're looking for a good, Squaresoft game, try Legend of Mana out. You will not be disappointed. The graphics are very detailed and very rich, and I really enjoyed that one. Another one that's really good is Saga Frontier. Oh god, the disc is broken. I've had this disc forever. Saga Frontier is really good. It's a RPG, and it's huge for the PlayStation. It had 140 freaking hours of gameplay. But basically, you can play as one of 7 different heroes, which I always thought was really cool. So there's 7 different heroes, and I can show you on the back. See, so these are all the guys that you can play as on the bottom. And okay, so continuing, the other thing that's really cool about this game is that it had this free scenario system, which basically meant that your playthroughs could be a little different each time. This was basically open-ended gaming before BioWare and Bethesda and everything. So if you're looking for something that's really interesting on the PlayStation system, you have a PlayStation chilling at home that you want to use, or you haven't played your PlayStation games in a long time, or you're just looking for something good by Squaresoft, Saga Frontier is definitely not a game to be missed if you're a huge RPG fan like myself. So that would be the other thing that I would recommend in terms of Squaresoft before they became Square Enix. Something that doesn't involve, one last thing involving Squaresoft that I'm playing right now. I'm playing through Final Fantasy VIII on my PlayStation Portable. I've been telling a couple people why the PlayStation Portable is a good system. I just had my PlayStation Portable, literally. Oh, there it is. It went hiding from me. If you've been wondering on whether or not you should pick up a PlayStation Portable lately, see, you can see another reflection. Okay, ADD. Anyway, if you've been wondering lately if you should pick up a PlayStation Portable or not, especially since they're getting ready to release the MGP, I would be all for it. And this is the basic reason why. The PlayStation Portables have just gone down to $129, and a lot of the games that you can get on it are extremely cheap as well. They start at $10 and they make their way up to $30. So if you are feeling really cheap lately in our hard economical times, the PlayStation Portable is a great system to pick up for that reason, especially in comparison to the 3DS, which is running about $250, and each game is about $50 on that system. The PlayStation Portable, also, that a lot of people don't use it for, this is a great medium to play all of your old school PlayStation 1 classics on, especially if you have a large enough memory chip in the side, or even if you go for a PSP Go. The smaller screen definitely helps with those old school graphics that might not look as crisp and clear on something like a high definition television that's running in 1080p, especially because on a 1080p television you can really notice the pixelation that you might not have noticed on your old school boob tube. So the PlayStation Portable is great because you can take those PlayStation 1 classics on the go with you, and you don't have to worry about discs, breaking disc, anything like that anymore, because you save everything in the memory card. I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII on it right now. I'm waiting for Final Fantasy VI to get released on the PlayStation Network so I can play that. But I mean, they have so many PlayStation 1 classics on there. And what's also really nice about it is that the PlayStation Store, when it does function properly, has titles available from Japan that never got imported here. So there is really no excuse why you shouldn't have one of these if you are a huge super fan of Sony and all of the old school exclusive games that only showed up on the PlayStation 1. So that's my little blurb, that's my little insight on why people should get a PlayStation Portable. It's also great if you're an RPG fan because a lot of old school Squaresoft stuff and other RPG guys are on there. And that's like, I used to be a huge Sony fangirl, and I personally think that the PlayStation 1 is one of the better systems that was out there, like the PlayStation 2. I mean, that's when games used to have like these huge things that would keep you, like a draw that would keep you in, because what you were looking at wasn't so pretty. That's a blog for another time, though. I just wanted to let you know what was going on, let you know some of what I was playing. If you're wondering why I'm playing old school games, here's the reason why. My PlayStation 3 still refuses to update, and Sony's little welcome back program doesn't freaking work for me. I get an error fail code every single time I try to download my free games. And I really want to play Little Big Planet. I'm thinking my other game's going to be Infamous. Let me know out of the 4 games what else you think I should choose. It's between Infamous and Dead Nation right now. But seriously, Sony, get your fucking shit together. But that's just me. This blog wasn't as great as the other ones. Sorry about that. But thanks for tuning in like always. Currently I'm really not giving my Xbox 360 too much love and attention. My portables have been eating my life. One last thing before I go. If you have an Android phone, there's a new game on the market called Droid Odyssey. It's really cute. It's a really cute little platformer game, except the character can't jump, but it makes sense when you play it. It's in the beta stage right now, and I really recommend checking it out. You play as a little droid trying to go through the world, and it's kind of like a puzzle platformer. So check it out on the Android market. It's called Droid Odyssey, and I guess that's all for this episode. Thanks for tuning in like always. This is Nia, and I'm out.